5 seconds to the market opens. We're looking for shorts. I want to see this Asia logo taken out. We did just saw buy side right there, which is good. There's our liquidity in the market. So I will expect to see a break of structure, break of trend to the downside. That's what I'm looking for. And, yeah. I see things that it's going to go to one high. I think we could potentially do that, but ultimately my eyes are going to be set down here. We got this large unbalanced price range from yesterday. Price tapped down into the middle value gap, tapped it, almost tapped it here. But we just have like three very smooth levels of sell side right here. So it's hard doing that for me. Yeah. So we have accumulation right here, manipulation we're getting right now, and hopefully we will start to see distribution to downside. This doesn't count as part of my strategy, but it does give us something to work off of. Swept out this buy side level, tapped into this order block. Ideally we sweep out this level on ES too. That's sort of what we're looking for. Hopefully we'll be able to take a trade today. We should be able to. I think. Let me make this decision. The only issue we ran into yesterday was that they raised margin rates. There we go. That should help things out a little bit. We got a little bit of a delay now. I don't know why it's still saying that. Okay, that would make a lot of sense. I was looking on Webull and it was saying that like the ES and NASDAQ contract I was looking at wasn't tradable. But it was because I was on December of 25's contract still. So obviously it's not tradable. But I can trade today. So that was worrying me because margins were a little bit higher. Margins were higher yesterday, so I thought that for some reason that they were still higher today and I was going to be a little bit worried. But we're getting everything we want. Get the iPad out of here. You don't need no distractions. No distractions at all. It's a pretty favorable close for what we're looking for. already got this for value gap here. It'll be tricky to get a good entry off of this fair value gap just because the low is so far away. We even got a fair value gap on here. I would want to take this on ES just because it is the weaker index. Just barely, but it is. So another thing to pay attention to is this inverse fair value gap, which we tapped into here. If we close under this low, I might try to enter here. I would only enter with like one contract and use half risk. Just because we are pretty far down, we can come back up into this gap. We're really forming an SMT, which I'm not liking. But that might help us get up into this fair value gap. We've got a good amount of room to play with. So if we need to wait a little bit later to trend up, that's okay. I like the entry at this gap. I do like that entry. But we are short of trading like we're going to just drop. So it's sort of starting to look like price is just gonna run without us. But I would expect something like this where we have a retrace. So there we are wicking into that order block. So if we respect this order block, I'd be comfortable in entering. So if we can close under this level. Okay, that's even better. We got a fair value gap. We can enter on the violation of this fair value gap. So if we close under here, we're going to be entering. Now still my eyes are set on this fair value gap up here. So that's NASDAQ hitting that. NASDAQ hit that gap. Now we really just need ES to hit it. So one thing that's not good is that we tested this fair value gap and now we're trading higher. But it might have just been for NASDAQ to tap into this. I really do want to enter. I want to enter, but NASDAQ is still in this fair value gap. And we're respecting it right now. I think it's best if we just stay a little bit patient right now. You can get alert there. These like really explosive moves to the upside are getting me worried. It might take us to tap in here. To tap into this order block again. And that way we can tap into this fair value gap on ES. It's kind of a sloppy day, if we're being honest. Got a bunch of wicks, large wicks too. Nasdaq has good close at that fair value gap. What's good is if we come up here and get an entry on this level, we can take profits here. We got an immediate rebounds. I mean, if we're going to drop here, we're going to drop. I think right here our entry would still be half risk below this low. We would have to close below this low. But yeah, we're not getting that. We just gotta be patient right now. Be patient, wait for this fair value gap to get tested. We can move the entry a little bit higher. Starting to think that this fair value gap's getting a little bit exhausted. I'm just gonna use one contract. back up into that gap and testing it as an inverse. It's a good closure to have after doing that. Once we hit this 8 a.m. low, I'm gonna move my stop. That's not as good of a close, not even gonna lie. That's a good closure to have after a doji like that. I'm gonna reduce my risk by half just because we formed that up close candle. So that's a little bit worrying. once we close. Actually, we don't even have to wait until we close. We can do it right now. We'll move my stop just above this swing high. We took out that 8 a.m. low. It's not the type of reaction you want to see off of that level. Not the reaction or the close at all of what you want to see. We're probably about to get stopped out here if I were to guess. There we go. Should have realized about $15. Yeah, after commissions, $13.52. So, very small win. We were a little bit late to get into it on the trend, but if we would have entered here, we would have got stopped out. So I'm glad that I was patient on that. Yeah. So happy about that. We could potentially run higher and take out these highs and everything. I'm going to just relax for the day. I already got my win. So there's no point in me trying to trade here. I did use half risk just in case that we would get stopped out, and if we come up here, then I have the potential to enter again. But yeah, no need to do that. We already got our money for the day. Looks like our target's gonna get hit too, which is unfortunate that we get stopped out. This is like the second time that that's happened, but. So yeah, good trading day. Our target was right. Looks like it's definitely gonna get hit. Trade management could have used a little bit of work. I gotta start back testing again and figuring out when it's best to move my stop. I honestly should have just kept it at break even. If being honest. But yeah. So a couple lessons to learn. Just gotta be more what's the word? Open to risk, I guess. I'm not really mad at the fact that I put in half risk. I'm kind of happy about that actually. But moving my stop was probably kind of bad. And then probably honestly, if we were to be in on 2 contracts, I would have kept my stop loss just under here just to cover commissions, because right here would have already secured $60 of profit. So that also could have played into it, but I'm not mad at the fact that I only used half risk because we still had this fair value gap open up here. So if you were catching shorts today, good job. Great job actually. And we will see you tomorrow. I don't think we have any big trading news coming out tomorrow. Or I think we do have CPI. Yeah. CPI is at 8:30, so we'll see how that messes with the market. If opportunity's there, we're going to look for it. Friday might be a little bit slow. We might not try to trade at all just because 10 a.m. job openings is going to mess everything up for the opening session, and then the move at 10 is going to be, damn, it's going to be pretty volatile. Actually, I'm glad I moved my stop. Now that we're looking at this. But, yeah, I'm going to head off of here, chill out for a little bit before I head to work. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Take care. Stay blessed. Go be great. All the good stuff. And I will see you at 9:30 tomorrow morning.